Hey y'all, welcome back to the shed. It is a Wednesday evening and we have orders for 2 days. We have 13 orders that are going out of here and a lot of this stuff is video games. So stay tuned and we'll go over what has sold. So like I said, a lot of stuff going out. Tomorrow is video game stuff and the night is still young, so we may sell some more. We have 13 items going out, and out of those 13, I believe 10 of them are video game related. We had 8 items over on eBay for a total of $205 and some change. And we have 5 items going out over on Mercari for $117. So this is a lot better shipping day than the last shipping day I had. The last one I had, I only had like 5 or 6 items going out of here, and that was for 3 solid days. But I have looked on YouTube, and there are some other YouTube resellers or resellers that do YouTube, however you want to look at it, that they had a little bit of slow sales after the long weekend also. And some people would attribute it to maybe it's because, you know, Christmas is over and people are realizing that they can't spend this extra money because they're having to pay off those credit cards. I might be wrong, they might be wrong, but it's a good possibility that's what it is. Alright, we're going to get started over on Mercari, where we have some, I think, that's 2 or 3 Xbox 360 items. And the first one up is this Xbox 360 250 gigabyte hard drive. I got this in a bundle. I think this was in a bundle I got from a fella. I got an Xbox 360 and it had this hard drive in it. It had 2 power supplies and I think 2 RCA cables and 2 controllers. Well, there was disk read errors on the Xbox console itself. Both of the controllers had issues. They worked, but they had issues with the thumbsticks and D-pads and stuff. One set of the AV cables were messed up. They worked, but they just looked horrible. So I split all this stuff up. And this right here sold for $29 with free shipping on Mercari. Next, I have a Wii game that I picked up in a $50 lot that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. Paid $50 for it. The lady had a bunch of games, like 4 controllers, a whole bunch of stuff. And I've already got my money back on that. So this is just profit on top of it. This is Scooby-Doo's First Frights, and it is the case, the game, and the manual, so it is complete in box, and it sold for $12 free shipping on Mercari. Now, I picked up this next one off of Facebook Marketplace, but it was in a lot with a whole bunch of other stuff, and I don't even remember what I paid for that lot. I don't think this was the $100 lot I picked up. I think this came in a like multi-console pickup that I did on Facebook Marketplace. But anyways, nonetheless, it is a Nintendo Entertainment System console, and I plugged it up, put a game in it, and a lot of these things will have like a red flashing light when they're messed up. This one didn't. This one, the video actually goes from gray to black. Gray to black. I took it apart, cleaned everything up, tried multiple games in it. It kept doing the same thing. I tried the RCA jacks on the side. I tried the hooking an RF switch to it and hooking it up through coax. It still didn't have a picture. So I sold it as is for parts only on Mercari for $35 with free shipping. And the next item up is the Xbox 360 that I was just talking about a minute ago. This one, it works. It has good video. It doesn't make any weird sounds or anything. The tray opens, the tray closes, but it will not read a disc. I can put a disc that looks brand new in it and it still won't read it. And it has a couple little cosmetic issues. There's a couple of holes in this case right here. Other than that, it just needs a good cleaning. I blew it out and everything, but I put that in the listing, so hopefully the buyer looked at that. And this thing sold, y'all, for $21, but the buyer is paying the UPS shipping. I think it's probably like $13 or something like that. But so I paid 45 bucks for that whole system, but I'm still going to get my money back after I sell all this stuff. The next thing, I'm not sure if it came with that Xbox 360 or if it came with another one, but I had 3 of these things for sale. This one right here sold for $20. This is a brick or power supply for Xbox 360S, and there's a couple different models. This is the CPA09-010A, but like I said, there's different ones. This one, the output's 135 watts. There's like 110 watt, I think, or 120 watt. But anyways, just make sure if you get one of these that you put that number in your title and put it in your description and take a good picture of that label so people know which one it is. I think it'll work with either one of the consoles, but I just like to be thorough and make sure I get those numbers in there. And like I said, this thing sold for 20 bucks with free shipping, and pretty much all of these sell for about $19 to $21. That was everything over on Mercari. Like I said, there was only 5 items over there, but I mean, every one of those items was video game related. And I'll tell y'all this, the more you list of a certain thing, the more of that particular thing you're going to sell. I mean, it pretty much should go without saying, but I have been listing a lot of video game related stuff lately, and when you list that stuff, the best of it sells pretty fast. And some of these other games I got over here, they sell every day, but they are older games, and you'll see when I get to them, and those things sell pretty quick. But this right here was a Walmart pickup. This is not a video game item. My wife picked up a bunch of these Gabby's Dollhouse sets from Walmart. She paid $6 each for them, and she's already started taking the sticker off, but it was $6. And this right here sold for $30 with free shipping on eBay. Now, this here is an old NES game. It's an NES cartridge, and I have one of those black plastic cases with it. This game is Gunsmoke. If you're about my age, you probably played this game at some point. But made in Japan, 1985 was the year, y'all. I would have been 8 years old at that time. But this right here came in a Facebook Marketplace pickup that I did. I paid $100. I got a console with all the cables and everything. I think it was 4 wired controllers, 1 wireless controller that did not work, and like 15 or 16 games, and a Game Genie. And I have sold the Game Genie and a couple other things from that, and if I'm not in the profit, I gotta be pretty close. After this game and the next game, I am in the profit for sure, though. Gunsmoke sold for $24.98 with free shipping. Between that Gunsmoke game and this game right here, we're talking about around $85. And then you got $10 between the two for shipping. So around 75 bucks back out of that $100 I paid for that system. So this right here, y'all, is Mike Tyson's Punch Out. And I have the manual for it. The manual is in great condition, and this is in great condition. I did take and clean the contacts in this game a little bit, and I'll show you what I used. There's some stuff that I believe is called Bright Boy, I think is the name of it. But this stuff right here is cheaper. This stuff is called Bright Touch Metal Polish. And I don't have a link for it or anything. If I think about it, I'll put it under the video. But you can find this stuff on eBay. It is not cheap, y'all. I think this bottle right here, which, I mean, this is a whole quart. This will last me probably a lifetime. But I believe when I bought this, it was about $25. But it's well worth the purchase. And it's worth the purchase because these old games right here, the contacts on them got tarnished all the time. This was the system where you constantly had to pull these games out and blow in them, clean them off. Some people would even use rubbing alcohol on them to clean them up. And sometimes the game systems were so finicky, you had to put the game in, then you had to like push down on just the right side to get it to work. I mean, they were really aggravating. And that's something about these right here. If you're going to try to sell these things, If they don't work immediately when you put them in that console, you might as well go ahead and take this thing apart and give it a good cleaning. And now, some of these games come apart with a flat screwdriver, some of them come apart with a Torx bit, and some of them had this really funky inside out Torx bit thing. I don't know what you call it, but you need those tools, and you can buy those tools on eBay. You can probably buy them on Amazon, but just letting you know, if you're going to sell these NES games, you need to have the tools so you can get them apart so you can clean them real good. And also, you might get one that's got a rattle inside of it, but it works okay. Well, you don't want to ship that to somebody and they get it and then it's rattling and they're upset about it. Some of the rattles in these things, sometimes it could be a solder joint that's come loose, or it could be that somebody dropped this thing and somehow it chipped a piece of plastic off on the inside. But you want to get that rattle out of it. Anyways, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, y'all, sold for $59.95 on eBay. And I'll add, that took about 3 days to sell. Next up, we have an international order. It's not going far, it's just going to Canada though. This item right here was a Walmart find, and I'm pretty sure my wife bought this, and I don't think it was on clearance or anything. I could be wrong, because it was one of those items that they put out during Valentine's, and a lot of times those Valentine's things get marked down to 50% the day after Valentine's Day. But the price on this whale right here is a Squishmallow, and it says, "I welly like you." Anyways, the price on it says $9.98 right there. So I'm assuming she paid $10 for it. She could have paid $5. I don't know. It's not in the custom SKU, but this one's name is Kai, K-A-I. And this right here, y'all, sold for $30.50, and the buyer is paying the shipping on it. Now, they're paying me the shipping on it. I don't see what it costs for shipping, but not only are they paying me for the shipping, but they are paying the extra for the international shipping. So, and I don't have to worry about that. I shipped this to, it used to be Kentucky. I think it's Chicago is where it goes to. I think it goes Chicago, Illinois now. But anyways, that was a good flip right there. $10 into $30.50. Another video game item, and this is another one of those power supplies for an Xbox 360. And I was telling you there's different model numbers, right? Well, this one right here is totally different than that other one. This is a PB2121-02MX, and this is a 120 watt output version. So, not sure about where this one came from. I think this may be the one I got with that Xbox console that sold. And if so, then I'm pretty sure I'm right there at paying for that. This one right here sold for $19.80. Like I said, they sell for $19 to $21. This one sold for right at $20, and the other one sold for $20. Another game that I picked up in a lot of games, and let's see. It may have came in that lot that that Nintendo console came from, because I got a bunch of different consoles and a bunch of different kinds of games. This is a PlayStation 2 game. It is Splashdown, Rides Gone Wild. It is the case, the manual, and the game, and it sold for $9.98 with free shipping. This DVD right here, I'm pretty sure came from that Living Estate sale I went to a while back. Don't know what I have in it, maybe $1. It is Elvis, starring Elvis Presley, Richard Egan, and Deborah Paget, I think it is. It's Love Me Tender. And it's the DVD in the case. It is pre-owned. This thing has been used, but it comes with the cardboard sleeve also. And it still has the paperwork in it, and the disc is in awesome condition. But it only sold for $8.98 with free shipping. This is our last item right here, and it's another video game. And I probably could have got just a little bit more, maybe $2 or $3 more if this thing had the manual. But it's just the case and the disc, and it is for the original Xbox. It is from Russia with Love 007. And like I said, it's just a case and the game, but the game is in good condition. It sold for $11 with free shipping. And all of these games like this, y'all, are super simple to ship. Depending on the game, like I'm not sure this Xbox game will fit in here. It looks like it will, but sometimes these games can be hard to get into these. Like that one, I can get it in there. But if I can't get it in there, I will put it in one of these that's a little bit bigger, and I'll fold it over the top of it. And y'all, that's all I do with these video games. I just put them in a bubble mailer and ship them out, and they ship super cheap. If I put this game in here, it's going to come out to about 5 ounces. But if I can get this game in here, it's going to go out for 4 ounces. So you start getting in a different rate once you go over 4 ounces. And then I think once you go over like 8 or 12 ounces, it's a different rate. So I will ship this as cheap as possible. And we're talking like, I think it's like $3.42, $3.49, something like that. So I mean, it only sold for 11 bucks, and you can say I probably had $1 in it, and then it's going to cost me $3.50 to ship it. Not making a killing off of these games, y'all, but you know, if I make $3 or $4 off of this, and then I make $3 or $4 off another game, and another game, and another game, before long, there's $100 made. These smalls add up over time, and that's one of the reasons I love selling video games. And I especially like finding those older games, because that Mike Tyson's Punch Out, that was a knockout game right there. That was one of my best-selling items of the day. Between that and the Squishmallow that sold, I mean, that was where a lot of our money came from. But y'all, I really love selling this stuff. It's super easy to list. It's super easy to ship. And you find this stuff cheap, y'all. Alright, y'all, there's what's going out for $300. That's 2 days worth of sales. A whole bunch of video game stuff. But I appreciate y'all being here. I hope you enjoyed the footage. I hope you found something in there that you can go out and look for at a yard sale or a thrift store or a Facebook marketplace that you can turn around and flip and make you some money, whether it's a side hustle or it's your full-time job. Enjoyed the video or you got some kind of helpful info out of it, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.